Let's make a deal. Before we start, tell me, do you really think you re-prepared for the next crisis that could hit at any moment? Or do you feel like something's still missing? If any of the situations we're about to show you are new to you, remember the deal. Like this video and share it with someone who needs to be ready. What you're about to learn today could be the difference between being safe or getting caught off guard. And when a crisis hits, every second counts. There's no room for hesitation when disaster strikes. What's the first thing you grab? Your bug-out bag? Your water filter? Maybe that survival knife you keep by your side. Most people rush to their gear, convinced that their tools will save them. But what if I told you that all that equipment might mean nothing when the moment of truth arrives? There's a critical survival skill so basic, so deeply human that most preppers completely forget. It's not in your backpack, not in your shelter, and not in any checklist. Yet when the Shtf for real, it becomes the one thing separating life from death. You see, our instincts tell us that preparation is about stockpiling and gear. We're taught to rely on what we can hold in our hands. But survival doesn't begin with what S in your pocket, it begins with what S in your head. And right now, most people have neglected that one powerful tool entirely. This is the part no one wants to talk about because it's not easy to buy or show off online. But without it, even the best prep fails. So let me challenge you. You've trained for storms, food shortages, blackouts, but are you ready for the one crisis that starts inside your own mind? Because what comes next will shake everything you think you know about being prepared. Think you're ready for anything. You've got your emergency plans, your gear lined up, your water purified, your food sealed tight. You might even run drills every weekend. But let me ask, are you truly ready when the noise hits, when chaos erupts, when your hands start to shake? There's one Shtf skill almost every prepper overlooks, and it's not about fire building or first aid. It's something deeper, something that decides whether you freeze, flee, or fight back when the world starts burning. The truth is, gear can't save you from panic. You can't duct tape calmness. You can't filter fear out of your blood. The skill I'm talking about is the foundation that every survival strategy rests on, and without it, every tool becomes useless. Imagine you're lost, night falling fast, your flashlight dies, and you can hear something moving in the dark. What do? That decision those seconds are, where this forgotten skill decides your fate. And here's where it gets interesting. We're about to break the biggest myth in survival culture, the idea that being prepared means having more stuff. Because the truth is far simpler and far more dangerous. Ready to hear it? Every disaster tells the same story. When the hurricane hits, when the blackout lasts for days, when the streets erupt in chaos, people with the most gear often fail first. Why? Because they panic. They lose control, make bad decisions, freeze up when clarity matters most. No fancy knife, no premium tent, no solar panel can replace the ability to stay calm when the world collapses. That's why this forgotten skill isn't optional, it's survival itself. We've seen it in real life. Families trapped in floods because they couldn't think straight. Drivers stuck in blizzards who had supplies but no focus. Soldiers, hikers, and pilots all proving one truth. Mindset beats material. Yet this lesson keeps getting buried under brand names and tactical trends. The modern prepper culture has turned into a shopping list instead of a training ground for the mind. But if you're watching this, you're not here to collect more stuff. You're here to become unbreakable. Because what's coming next isn't about tools. It's about the raw, unfiltered human ability to stay calm when everything else breaks apart. Let's face it. Prepping has become a competition. Who's got the biggest bug-out bag, the sharpest blade, the longest-lasting rations? But real survival isn't about showing off, it's about staying alive. And here's the harsh truth. Most people are preparing for the wrong fight. They're building fortresses on the outside while ignoring the storm inside. When Shtf fear is your first enemy, and if you don't learn to control it, it will control you. You can't buy mental strength on Amazon. You can't store calm in a container. It's built slowly, through discomfort, exposure, and self-discipline. Prepping isn't just about storing food, it's about training your brain to think clearly when everyone else loses their head. Because in real survival, logic is oxygen, and panic is poison. Now we're getting closer to what this skill really is. But before I reveal it fully, you need to understand why why mastering it might be the only way to make all your other preparations truly matter. This forgotten skill can't be packed, can't be shipped, and doesn't weigh an ounce. You carry it every day, yet in a crisis, it's the first thing to disappear. It's not strength, not intelligence, it's control. The calm in your voice when others scream, the focus in your eyes when chaos surrounds you. It's the invisible weapon that turns panic into precision. And without it, you're already defeated before the fight begins. You've probably seen people crumble in stressful moments, frozen, irrational, unable to move. That's what happens when this skill fails. But those who've trained it, they move like time slows down. They adapt, they lead, they survive. Because they've learned the art of mental composure. The power to regulate fear and turn pressure into clarity. You might think you already have it. But when reality hits hard, you'll find out whether it's true. Because next, I'm going to reveal exactly what this skill is and how it changes everything when the Shtf, The number one Shtf skill you're forgetting is the ability to stay calm under pressure. That's it, not glamorous, not something you can show off. But when you're out there, facing real danger, calm is the most powerful weapon you have. In chaos.com gives you time to think, act, and make the right choice. It's the difference between surviving and becoming another statistic. When panic floods your system, your brain shuts down. You stop thinking logically. You forget your training. But calmness restores control. It slows your heartbeat, sharpens your senses, and lets you make decisions that save lives. In the wild, in combat, or during disasters, it's the one skill that outlasts everything else. And now that you know what it is, the real question becomes, how do you train it? Because this isn't theory, it's something you must build, day after day, before the next crisis finds you. History is filled with survivors who made it through hell because they kept calm. Pilots landing planes with both engines out, firefighters walking into burning buildings, soldiers holding the line while chaos raged around them. They all share one trait: control under pressure. Not luck, not strict composure. The world doesn't reward panic, it rewards focus. Think about that moment when everything goes wrong. The ones who breathe, who slow down, who assess, they're the ones who walk out alive. Even in everyday life, calmness is power. During an accident, an argument, or a breakdown, those who remain centered can change outcomes in seconds. That's not just a skill, it's a survival instinct refined by choice. So, how do you build it? Because calm isn't something you find, it's something you forge. And the next part will show you exactly how to do it, step by step. To train this, you must first understand that stress isn't your enemy, it's your teacher. Expose yourself to controlled discomfort, cold showers, fasting, night hikes, limited sleep challenges. Each moment you face discomfort and choose control, you're rewiring your brain to handle crisis with clarity. The more you practice under small stress, the more you thrive under real chaos. Breathing is your secret weapon. Inhale deep, exhale slow, and anchor your body when fear hits. Meditation, martial arts, survival, drills, each one builds the neural armor that panic can't pierce. You don't train calm by avoiding stress. You train it by mastering it. And here's the truth. Once you own your mind, no disaster owns you. Which leads us to the final piece of this puzzle, the mindset that turns all this preparation into unstoppable confidence. Survival isn't about outlasting others, it's about mastering yourself. Every piece of gear you own is just an extension of your mindset. The calm man turns a stick into a spear, a tarp into a home, a moment of fear into a plan. That's why this forgotten skill is the foundation of true resilience. It transforms you from a collector of tools into a creator of solutions. And there's something deeply human about it, because calmness is also faith. It's trusting that you can overcome. It's holding the line not because you're fearless, but because you've decided fear doesn't lead you anymore. The strongest preppers aren't loud, they're centered, deliberate, and ready for anything. But there's one more thing you need to understand before we finish, a truth that will reshape how you prepare for the next crisis entirely. When Shtf, everything you've prepared, your water, your shelter, your food, can vanish in seconds. But what can't be taken from you is your mindset. Calmness is the one skill that multiplies all others. It's what lets you adapt, improvise, and protect those you love when chaos hits. So train it like your life depends on it, because one day, it will. If you found value here, share this video with someone who thinks they're ready. Because preparation without mindset is just noise without meaning. The calm prepper doesn't panic, doesn't freeze, doesn't fall apart, he acts. And remember, gear helps you survive, but mindset, that's what keeps you alive. Stay sharp, stay calm, and stay ready.